Southpaw, baby. That dub, yeah. Great, man.
We're going to do 30-30. We're 30 for 30. Y'all get it, y'all get it, y'all get it.
So really quick, tell me about Manny Pacquiao coming to visit you. He flew all the way from the Philippines to watch you fight. It's like an 18-hour flight.
That was dope.
He's a really cool guy.
Yeah, he's cool.
Did he give you any advice or tips?
Nah, I don't think he gave me a tip, but it definitely was fire to have him like come.
Surprise you.
Yeah, it was a surprise, bro.
Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao are all set to meet in the ring this September for their highly anticipated rematch. This fight has been on the cards for over a decade, and it looks like fans are finally going to get what they've been waiting for. Pure explosiveness and so eat.
Big, you're okay on the apron. Yep. Just you. Go.
Manny Pacquiao especially has been training hard for this fight, and as per reports, he recently began training with none other than Gervonta Tank Davis. Both Tank and Manny have gained a reputation for being the most explosive fighters in the sport, and these two training together is a spectacle to watch. Manny has also been sparring Tank and his team, and it's surprising to see that he still has the moves and skills at 47 years old. Manny Pacquiao training with Tank Davis shouldn't come as a surprise, considering both these boxers have a history. Manny Pacquiao not only trained with Tank Davis before Tank's high-octane fight with Ryan Garcia, the two boxing superstars were rumored to fight one another a few years ago. Manny Pacquiao even talked about the possibility of such a fight taking place.
Is there ever any possibility that you would go back in the ring and fight someone like a Tank Davis?
If he wants, and if he come up to 147, then we can fight.
He can't meet you at 140?
145 maybe.
What happens? You have a lot of experience, but he's explosive. What would happen in that fight?
Oh, that's not a problem for me. Because I'm experienced fighter.
Manny Pacquiao is not afraid of challenges, and fighting a younger superstar fighter like Gervonta Davis isn't a huge challenge for him. The Filipino boxing legend has conquered the sport by taking on the most skilled and explosive boxers across multiple weight classes. Boxing expert Max Kellerman explained what makes Pacquiao such a boxing great, perhaps even greater than the likes of Floyd Mayweather.
He also has a case for greatest fighter, pound for pound, who ever lived. Think about, by the way, I don't think he wins that argument. Sugar Ray Robinson is safely ensconced in that position. But Henry Armstrong, Muhammad Ali, Harry Greb, Sam Langford, Floyd Mayweather, Pernell Whitaker, whoever else you want to mention, put Pacquiao's resume up to those guys. Bill James, the great baseball sabermetrician, had a way of ranking baseball players that I came across as a kid and thought, that's really smart. You have to rank them at their best and then also over the course of their careers. Because when you have that argument, are you talking about who accomplished the most or what heights did they reach? What peak did they reach? Take either for Pacquiao. Take his peak. Was it at 140 pounds when he obliterated Ricky Hatton, Miguel Cotto, and then Oscar De La Hoya, though that was at 147? Was that Pacquiao's peak? Because remember, that's when the Mayweather-Pacquiao hype actually reached fever pitch. Oh my God, these are two of the best fighters we've ever seen, and they're both in their primes in the same weight class at the same time. We have to see that fight. So Pacquiao's peak was just about as good as anyone in history. Now, I'd have favored Mayweather back then. He's the naturally larger fighter, and that's the point. When you talk about pound for pound, if a fighter moves up out of his natural weight class and can still compete with the best who ever did it, what does that mean about the quality of that fighter's prime, pound for pound? And then when you look at the career accomplishments, Pacquiao as a 40-year-old just beat, as I mentioned, the third best welterweight in the division, except really Pacquiao's the third best welterweight in the division. But do you realize he turned pro as a 16-year-old pro? Not even 5 feet tall, not even 100 pounds, and won his first lineal title a couple of years later as a flyweight. Didn't turn pro as a flyweight, won the lineal championship of the world, and then skipped up a couple weight classes and started tearing.
Kellerman didn't hesitate to proclaim Pacquiao the greatest pound-for-pound boxer of all time. While the accolades etch your name firmly in the history books, there's another reason why Pacquiao is such a massive legend. He is loved by both the purists and common folk.
Who's the GOAT, Mayweather or Pacquiao? If you had to pick one.
I pick Pacquiao better. Mike Tyson said something. To be the GOAT, it's not just because of your boxing record. You got to be loved, accepted by the fans, and everybody loves Pacquiao. Like Tyson says, walk down the street without bodyguards and cheer everybody that comes up to you and shake hands. And when you can't do that, you can't be a GOAT if you can't do it.
Boxing trainer Robert Garcia perfectly summed up what makes you a boxing legend, being loved by the people, and he feels that Pacquiao is that man. Garcia was recently asked about the rematch taking place at the Sphere in Las Vegas, and he expressed his excitement for the fight, although it's taking place a decade later than expected. He pointed out that while this might be a professional boxing fight with legacy on the line, he sees this more as an entertaining clash with both fighters guaranteed massive paydays. He also talked about how Netflix is slowly making inroads into the boxing scene by making these legend versus legend and legend versus boxing influencer fights. He sees this as smart business and a great way to include casual fans.
109, this will do more than the Tyson-Jake Paul fight. This will do like 150, 200 million. No, it's not pay-per-view.
Yeah. Netflix, would do good.
200 million people, 150?
Good. Good thing Netflix is getting involved, man. Fucking freeing up a lot of money for the guys.
Yes.
Fucking Mayweather Pacquiao, they're gonna make a couple $100 million each.
I think so.
Good for them.
As they should.
Good for them.
But you knew, you told me today, even without knowing, you knew it was coming.
Both having an exhibition, that's the way it looked like. So that was done? September 19th?
September 19th.
September, the Mexican Independence Day weekend?
Yeah, in the Sphere, nonetheless. That's that round thing.
But isn't Canelo fighting on that day?
No, he's fighting in Saudi on the 12th.
Yeah, but Mexico versus, that's right.
So this is a week after.
You mean the Sphere?
Yeah.
That's big time.
Yeah, it's very few seats in there.
Yeah, that's big time.
The gate will break records. I'm sure it's going to be major.
Yeah, because I heard that's just special, like only like special events and special concerts and shit like that.
I haven't been there, but yeah, it's amazing.
I've never been there, but it looks good from the outside too.
Well, that's incredible.
Holy
We'll have full
shit.
coverage here.
That's good, man. Good. Netflix is fucking pulling up the money. That's good.
All right, Netflix, if you need fighters, hit up Robert Garcia, Garcia Boxing.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was Sufa.
Well, Zuffa did an MMA fight there.
Yeah, they did. No, but I mean Sufa doing that fight.
Yeah, no, this is Netflix.
But who's going to promote it? Mayweather?
Mayweather, Pacquiao, they each have a promotion company.
They both have.
Boxing expert Chris Algieri expressed similar sentiments about the rematch. He believes the first fight in 2015 was not exciting and lacked emotion among fans who didn't get what they asked for. This rematch, though, he feels is more exciting and has the potential to generate hype, considering these two are the biggest names in boxing. Algieri especially praised Pacquiao for still going strong and fighting professionally. He pointed out Pacman's last fight against Mario Barrios was an exciting fight. He believes this rematch is going to be more of a cash grab, but agreed that there's a lot of excitement surrounding the fight.
Most fans who saw that as a turning point in boxing, where we were letting things marinate too long and we weren't getting the return on our investment emotionally as fans. To run it back 11 years later, nothing but a cash grab here. What's your thought on it?
Nothing but a cash grab, a little bit of nostalgia. Both guys still feel like they got it. but don't got it too much, or they want to go fight the champions anymore. You know, they want to fight
Hey,
each
he tried
other.
against Barrios.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, he tried. But also
Pacquiao
now
tried
we see
against
him.
Barrios.
Now he's going exhibition with Ruslan, and then he's fighting an old opponent who also hasn't been fighting. So I think Pacquiao's making the right move. Honestly, I don't hate this. I think it's nostalgic and fun. This is. I know where you're coming from, Jimmy. And I would feel that way normally. The way I felt when Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson were going to fight. I'm like, this is stupid. This is a cash grab. This is nonsense.
It also would have been fun 20 years ago.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. But also, you know what happened the day of the fight? I'm like, I'm buying it. I'm buying it. And I watched it and I loved it. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So at the end of the day, you know, fights are fights, but they're also entertainment. I think this is more entertainment than anything. I think the build-up is going to be fun. I think the sport lacks these stars that we used to have back in the day. We got two of them right here. Yeah, they're 50 years old, but you know they're gonna go and fight each other again. They have the narrative, they have the background. It's cool. I did Pacquiao's last fight when he fought Barrios. I was there fight week. Yep. It was super fun. It was super fun to have Pacquiao back around. It was buzzing. People came out. The place was packed. This is gonna sell really well. Is the fight gonna be super entertaining? Probably not as fun as the build-up will be, but you know, neither was the first one.
But since this is going to be a professional boxing match, Chris Algieri was asked about the impact on the legacy of both fighters. Algieri argued that the two legends will fight to prove they are the best in the world. Casual folk and boxing experts, meanwhile, see this an entertaining showdown rather than an official fight. He also had a surprising idea on promoting the fight to make it more appealing and entertaining.
He's secure at this point.
Yeah.
If Mayweather loses, should he, which is certainly possible in September, to Manny Pacquiao, yeah, he would technically be 50-1. Is the boxing public going to see that one as real, or is there a big asterisk next to it, please?
No, nobody's going to care except for Manny. That's going to be. The only people are going to
Will Floyd care? I mean,
yeah, Floyd will care. Floyd will care because Floyd is a hyper competitor.
Then we get part 3.
It's only going to matter to those two guys who leave the ring if Pacquiao is to get that win. Because in terms of legacy, they're so far removed from what they've done. I mean, Manny's not because he actually went for another world title recently last year. But in terms of Floyd's legacy is set. He's the guy.
The greatest of our era.
He's a
They
50-0.
should do play to the bone and drive to the arena together.
Right, they should. Yeah, you know, if we're gonna make it nostalgic, let's make it. I mean, this is entertainment, right?
Pull
Like
up,
I said that from the opening.
Pull up to the arena together.
This is entertainment, you know. Like let's get cameras with them the whole time. Someone in the back, just the whole way up.
Well, when you look at
that's gonna be more fun than the fight.
Manny's former opponent, Keith Thurman, wasn't surprised by this fight taking place. He called the rematch a brilliant business decision and sees this as a great opportunity for both fighters to earn massive paydays. He went more in depth on boxers taking fights late into their careers, acknowledging that the boxing landscape has changed. He nevertheless warned that there's going to come a day when it's impossible to fight 12 grueling rounds under the bright lights. So now is the perfect opportunity to fight for name and money.
Floyd needs the money. Hey, man, you need the money, get back in the business and make the money. It is what it is, man. But this is what boxers know best. I mean, it's hard. How do you go from an industry that pays you multiple millions of dollars in a night? You know what I'm saying? And then you go into retirement and, you know, you do little things for people. You do an appearance here. You do this and that there. There's nothing like fight night. There's no adrenaline like fight night. There's no buildup like fight night, you know, and there's no money reward like fight night. So it doesn't surprise me, man. Like it's hard to step away from this sport. We saw it with Roy Jones, how much Roy Jones, you know, stayed in boxing, going to Australia, this and that. He was pound for pound #1. And at the end of his career, he wasn't winning like he was once winning, you know? So it just is what it is, man. It's tough, you know. I'm mentally having these conversations on how long are you going to fight champ, and you know, I really don't know. But I know there's a day that I can't do it no more, and because I still have an opportunity to do it, I'm grateful and I'm happy to be here, and I want to entertain and I want to do my best, and that's how I look at it. There will be a day where fighters don't get to fight no more. So look, right now it's not.
But now, let's also look at the predictions for this rematch. Boxing legend Mike Tyson acknowledged that this fight is a good fight. Mike seemed excited and picked Manny to win this rematch.
And they say he's going to fight Manny Pacquiao again. Any thoughts on that?
I think that'll be a good fight. Hope Manny's serious. Manny looks good his last fight he fought, too.
Gabe Rosado also thinks Manny could put up a spectacular performance. Rosado pointed out that both fighters are slower now because of their age, which could make this fight more interesting to watch. However, there is a mystery surrounding Floyd's abilities and skills since we haven't seen him in the ring. He thinks Manny can beat Floyd since he still has the flow. Rosado is interested in this fight and thinks it'll be a great fight to time into.
You know, it's going to be, I think it's going to even be a better fight this time, only because, you know, obviously they're going to be, you know, they slow down. You know, Floyd can't, I don't think he's going to be able to move as much as he used to. And then, you know, Pacquiao still kind of got that flow with him. You know, he showed it in Barrios fight. So, like, I think we know what Pacquiao's going to bring to the table is going to be more interesting what Floyd got. You know what I'm saying? And Floyd still got those movements. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, Pacquiao's more of like the straight up fighter, where Floyd relied a lot on his speed.
Yeah.
We know that shit go. It's like, you're not gonna have speed. You're not gonna have speed when you're 50.
Yeah.
I mean, so yeah, I think it's gonna be a very competitive fight just because of the both of them slowing down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's gonna be good. I'm gonna enjoy that fight.
I'm gonna enjoy it too. You gonna make the trip out here to go watch it?
I probably might, man. I probably might. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be at the Sphere. What is it called?
At
Yeah,
the
that's
Sphere.
wild.
Yeah, I think it's the first boxing event at the Sphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's wild, man. But you know, look, man, these are two guys that, like, I know people look at their age and go, like, man, they old as hell. But you gotta think about it. Like, they both live healthy lifestyles. Floyd's not a drinker. Floyd's not that type of guy. He don't do drugs. And neither does Pacquiao, you know, and these are guys that they're legends and they always stay fit. You know, you never see them look, you know, overweight or anything like that, man. So yeah, they're up there in age, man, but at the same time, you know, these are guys that really take care of their bodies. And, you know, let's not forget, Bernard Hopkins became world champion at 48. And, you know, Bernard Hopkins was beating Pascal. He was beating young dudes. He was looking good just on his experience and his you know, his respect for the game. So I really think this is going to be a good.
Lonnie B was also asked to share his thoughts on this rematch. Lonnie B was brutally honest about Floyd making a professional comeback. He believes that the rematch with Manny Pacquiao is purely a strategic decision on Floyd's part. He claims that Pacquiao's hard-fought draw with Mario Barrios allowed Floyd to take an easy decision on giving Pacquiao the rematch he so desperately craves. Lonnie thinks that the rematch allows Floyd to gauge his strengths and stamina before taking a decision on fighting professionally. Besides, the rematch will guarantee him a big purse, allowing him to clear part of his debt. Lonnie made a pretty controversial statement, claiming that Floyd can easily beat younger boxers who are just entering their prime. He mentioned Floyd defeating the likes of Ryan Garcia. Lonnie sees Floyd hitting two birds with one stone with this upcoming rematch with Manny Pacquiao.
Well, speaking of old Floyd, he's 49 years old.
Yes.
It was just announced all over social media today that he's going to be rematching Manny Pacquiao in September at the Sphere. What do you think about him coming out of retirement and fighting professionally and against Pacquiao, no less?
Well, one thing about Floyd is very strategic. I believe he's seen something in that Mario Barrios fight that he like, oh yeah, I'm good. Like, I'm good. Actually, my personal opinion, I think Floyd can come back and beat a lot of these guys.
Like who?
I think he'll beat Barrios. I think he'll beat Ryan Garcia. I think his experience and his boxing IQ. And it seems like Floyd, it seemed like his body is still, like, you know, fresh. He had 9 years off. And Floyd is one of them guys who stay in the gym. Don't let Floyd fool you. He stays in the gym. He's been doing this since he was a kid. It's impossible for him to stay away from the gym. So he stays in the gym, whether he's just playing around. Even if he stay mentally in boxing, that's still you staying in the gym. And those who box know what I'm talking about. Like, just always watching and always thinking and always playing around. Floyd is a computer. So I believe he's seen something in the Pacquiao fight, and in the Mario Barrios Pacquiao fight, and said, oh, and the money they giving away now? Oh, let me go steal some more money. They said he having money trouble. That remains to be seen. But I think he's seen something in these young fighters, and he see, nah, they can't beat me. They ain't as Floyd come from the era of boxing when boxing was for real. Where if you was in the top 10, that means you was for real. You know, now whoever in the top 10 is whoever likes you. That's who's in the top 10 now. So Floyd's seeing like these guys getting all this money for all this for this little bit of work they do, and they ain't even really doing no work. So I believe that's why he wants to come back, and I also believe, you know, when I heard he probably want to pay off some debt. I heard he might be in debt. So, you know, so I feel like Floyd, allegedly he's in debt. I feel like he's looking and saying I can kill two birds in one stone.
Golden Boy Promotions head Oscar De La Hoya was brutally honest with his prediction. He believes this will be a more exciting and entertaining fight rather than a grudge rematch. When asked to share a prediction, he quickly picked Mayweather to win, stating that he doesn't see anyone beating the defensive wizard. He also pointed out that Pacquiao's recent fights, particularly the draw with Marco Barrios, don't make him the favorite to win.
I mean, I'm baffled. Serious talks with Netflix right now. What's your reaction to, you know, two of your former opponents getting back in there in their mid-40s?
Well, maybe I can be the referee. Right? Let me get some action. Yeah, look. The first fight was many years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it was an okay fight. Now they're gonna do it again. Apparently, it's all entertainment. That's the way I see it. It's all entertainment. I mean, I don't know if it's gonna be an exhibition or a fight, a real fight with real rules, small boxing gloves. You know, I don't know what they're gonna choose, but if they make it a real fight with the real rules, then yeah, it's an okay night for boxing.
Who would you back? Who do you think would win it? If it's a real fight, because that's what Pacquiao wants, it seems.
Yeah, I think Mayweather will. I think Mayweather will take it. Yeah, one thing about Mayweather you have to understand is he's always taking care of himself. Like, you know, his body, physically, mentally, he's always been very sharp and always staying in the gym and doing something physically, right? That's the big advantage he has. I mean, he's an athlete. He's a world-class athlete. You know, watching Pacquiao's last fight, yeah, you kind of feel bad. You kind of feel bad for him. And, you know, even though he did win and he did, I guess, pull off a surprise in his last fight with a draw against the world champion. But still, you tend to kind of like feel bad because it's not the same Pacquiao. You know, it's definitely not the same Pacquiao I faced. That's for sure. The one that you know, put me on my stool in the 9th round, and so. But I still think that Mayweather will pull this one off. I mean, if it does happen.
Rising star Shakur Stevenson had a similar prediction. The undefeated boxing champion, fresh off his victory over Teofimo Lopez, not only picked Floyd to win, he believes the defensive wizard is going to cook Pac-Man. Shakur himself is a defensive technician and knows that no matter how powerful or fast the opponent is, a strong defense is going to win you fights any day. Shakur was so sure that Floyd Mayweather would win that he was ready to bet big on the rematch.
Huh? Yeah, Floyd really making a comeback? Yeah, he's fighting Pacquiao.
A real comeback.
Yeah, real fight. Pac-Man versus Floyd. Floyd gonna cook that nigga.
Wait, for real?
Yeah, Floyd gonna cook that nigga. Bet
I
all
didn't
your
even know
money.
that was happening. When?
September.
Damn.
Yeah.
Everything on Floyd.
The gold.
I ain't bet on a match before, low key. I don't think. I be scared to
Bet whatever on Floyd. Bet whatever. You gonna outbox him, make it easy. Get his check, go home.
But that's on you, bro. Please, bro. Don't let me down.
What?
Bro, I don't like losing bets, bro.
I don't lose bets when it comes to boxing.
For real?
Barely. I lost before though.
Wait, what's your record? You undefeated, right?
Yeah, I'm 25-0. 25-0.
Bro, you doing it big, bro. On some Jersey shit,
Yeah,
like.
appreciate it, man.
That ass game. Like, congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it.
Teofimo Lopez also shared his insights after training with both boxing legends, concluding that Manny Pacquiao trains smarter while Floyd Mayweather trains harder. Teofimo described Floyd Mayweather as a hard worker, training for hours without stopping or using timers, focusing on small, technical increments and specific footwork movements. As for Manny, Teofimo claims that the icon also trains hard, but takes a more conservative approach due to his age. Teofimo mentioned learning unique movements from Pacquiao that he didn't think the body could do.
Within a span of a week or two, you're in the gym with Mayweather for 2 hours, and no one trains like Floyd. We know that. Then you're in the gym with Manny. You as a boxing star, as a champion, as one of the best pound-for-pound fighters on the planet, what did you take from watching Floyd train? What do you take from watching Manny train? Because they're the elite, they're like the best, considered, each one could be the best ever from those two.
I think that Manny, he works, he trains smarter. Floyd trains harder. And that's what I envisioned and I saw from that point of view.
Because Floyd does 2 hours, 3 hours nonstop.
Yeah, but like no timer, no nothing. Pacquiao, he trains hard as well, but a lot more conservative at this age, you know? It's very hard for me to say when they were in their times.
So what do you take from watching? Is there anything you learned? Or?
A lot of experience. The way they, certain things I never thought that the body could do. I learned that with Pacquiao just now, just in that little gas of time yesterday. And then with Floyd, really it's small increments of technical punches, technicality with the feet. That was, you know, and I didn't want my videographer, Christopher, I didn't want him to videotape that because some people don't need to know those things.
Yeah,
you know?
But you got it.
Oh, all he gotta do is just tell me, and then I see him do a movement, and I'm like, oh, I'm on it. And that right there is what I admired and loved about, you know, being in there with Floyd.
Perhaps the most shocking prediction came from current WBA super welterweight title holder Jaron Ennis. Boots Ennis believes both fighters are old and probably won't fight much in the ring, instead preferring to move around the ring more than throwing punches. He, however, had a shocking prediction claiming that Mayweather could knock out Pacquiao in the rematch.
He still got everything. He still got his tools and all that stuff, but I think him being 49, 50, I feel like he's not gonna be moving as much and things like that. I feel like it's gonna be more. He gonna be more action packed now. To me, I don't know why.
You think they're gonna stand there?
For some, I got a weird feeling, like some weird reason, like not just standing there, but like you know how Floyd usually move and yeah. I think he gonna move, but not too much, cause he older. He 49. Like, come on, right? He ain't about to be moving for 10, 12 rounds straight at that age. And he ain't fighting how long?
Damn, yo.
When the last time he fought?
He's been doing the exhibition.
Oh,
Fought.
So when was the last? We're gonna say when was his last exhibition? What was it, a 10-rounder or 8-rounder?
I don't know. He been stopping everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he going.
It might have been like Gotti. Is that the one?
And what was he doing? Was he boxing or was he walking it down?
Yo, honestly, when I seen him against the Japanese dude, he had his high guard and he was just walking forward.
That's what I'm saying. He older now. He ain't gonna be doing too much movement. He gonna be sharp and he gonna make Pacquiao run into something with some sharp calm. Like, watch.
Oh, so you think this ends in a stoppage?
It's a possibility, yo. I ain't even gonna lie. It's a possibility. I can see him catching Pacquiao.
The boxing world has surprising predictions for the fight. While some see this as an entertaining showdown of legends, others think this is a grudge fight where legacy is on the line. Where some see this as a boring fight between two old legends, others think there'll be a stoppage. But what do you think of the rematch? Will there be a knockout come September 19th? Let me know in the comments. That's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section. Stay tuned, and we will catch you in the next video.